as people nowadays getting more and more innovative, they have brilliant ideas on how to construct buildings. So not to mention redeveloping and reconstructing buildings. Reconstructing buildings are good towards old and worn buildings, but not historical buildings like the Shrine of Remembrance. The Shrine of Remembrance is recommended to stay undeveloped due to its historical value and social value to the community and its impact to urban development of the city. And also, it acts as an heritage to the community. Although redevelopment brings some positive impacts such as having to build more buildings and leads to more work opportunities, which lowers the nation's unemployment rate, but it's still recommended to not redevelop the Shrine of Remembrance due to its significant historical value towards the community, to the younger, with them learning how much does the historic site means to them and also act as a reminiscent for the older generations. Firstly, the Shrine of Remembrance is recommended to stay undeveloped due to its historical value to younger and older generations. During the World War I, approximately 19,000 Australian soldiers did not return after they served their country on the front line. First, Shrine of Remembrance was built to act as a platform for the soldiers' family and friends to grieve them because they were buried in graves far away from home. The Shrine of Remembrance acts as a place for the younger and older generations to learn that the land they are living were fought back with blood and sweat by their ancestors. Since young, we were taught to be thankful and we should thank all the soldiers who passed away during the war. If the Shrine of Remembrance is to be redeveloped, it loses the only platform available to acknowledge and thank their sacrifices. Moreover, the Shrine of Remembrance is also said to have its own historical value because of its building exterior. The entrance porches were influenced by the Parthenon in Athens, and they had built 8 huge columns to support both southern and northern Tympanon. Besides that, the Shrine of Remembrance has a crowning feature on their pyramidal roof which represents gloriousness, also inspired by one of the historic buildings in Athens, the Choragic Monument of Isocrates. The exterior was built with complex and artistic features, and people nowadays might not have the skills to rebuild it the way it was. Therefore, due to its historical importance, it is recommended that the Shrine of Remembrance is to stay undeveloped.
According to the Heritage Council of Victoria, the site of Remembrance was built in 1934 by the Victorian government and was designed by James Walshroof and Philip Hudson. The site was built as a memorial to the soldier who served in World War I and II, and a center of many key events such as Anzac Day, Independence Day, and Remembrance Day. As the society become more developed and the expansion of the urban area, it has to recognize the value of land and motivate many people to come up with the idea that the site should be removed and for other development. However, they are not consider the consequence of their action to our future generation. For example, if we remove the site, our children will not have the access to the great memory of how great of our ancestors are and how much sacrifice they have made in order to protect the country and to serve the Queen. Without the knowledge and without any understanding of the basic history, they would find themselves struggle to fit in the society, would find themselves lost and not knowing what is their contribution to the country, which is going to make the country become a better place. Remembrance has created a lifestyle to many people and to our community. It has gathered everyone around and get everyone connected to each other. It has make everyone fit into the community and make everyone create a sense of belonging as well as the finding in individual sense of identity, so that everyone feel connected and not feeling lost in the society. Even though the Shrine of Remembrance does not have a huge economic benefit to our society, however, it was built to strengthen our strength of belonging and defining ourselves in the society. Therefore, the site should be retained, and in order to educate our future generation that how great of our history and how great of our ancestors and what is their, keep reminding them of their contribution to this country.
Hi everyone. Today we are talking about the importance of the Shrine of Remembrance as heritage places and relation to the community of people of Malta. According to the survey done by Allen in 2005, 92% of Australians they think heritage is part of the Australian identity, while 96.9% they think that we have to teach heritage to our children. And that's we can see that's very clear in the report of Shrine of Marlborough's report 2013-2014. Over 700,000 people welcomes to this place, and only in the Anzac Day itself, an estimated 80,000 people have been to this place to attend the ceremonies here, while 51,000 students have been attended programs for school in these places. This is very clear what's the importance of this place for the Victorian people. This place, according with other 6 iconic buildings, surrounded by 123 hectares of green spaces, it's the breathing and relaxing place for the Victorian people to come here and to enjoy the history and also to relax from the tension and the very busy city environment. That's why it's the urban planning for this place for both City of Marlborough and Port of Marlborough and Phillip. They consider the overlay policies for this for the surrounding area of these places, and to keep always the view of the Shrine of Marlborough from certain angle and for certain distance always clear, and they restrict the construction zones and overlay building, and recently they updated the planning schemes just to always to make sure that's keep for the future generation as it is. Thank you.
Population growing, spaces become limited. This is a problem, especially in a city that is increasing by 1,760 per week due to national and international migration, causing traffic jams and giving the vibrant city a feeling of being overcrowded in popular areas at specific times and days. Several ideas have been brought forward to construct new living spaces and redevelop buildings and pieces of land, such as that of Botanic Gardens, which houses the Shrine of Remembrance. Many argue that redeveloping the heritage site, many problems that affect the population on a social and monetary scale. The government has been utilizing land on the outskirts of town, but because many services are offered in the city centre, people prefer to live closer, hence bringing about the debate to redevelop the heritage site to meet the needs of the population. However, many plans to meet this need have been declined by the Victorian government in an effort to keep the atmosphere as calm as possible.
Go.
An example would be Australia 108, a building which would become the 18th tallest building in the world and the tallest building in Australia. The building plan was rejected as it would cast a shadow on the shrine at certain times of day and certain seasons. The argument from the government was that they want to keep the shrine in a way that is respectful to the soldiers. The development of Australia 108 would have been beneficial to tourism and would have lessened the pressure on infrastructure, as would have been constructed features like a hotel, apartments, restaurants, and a skywalk close to the city centre. But because the Shrine of Remembrance is important socially and culturally to people of Melbourne, keeping it a tranquil and serene place that is undisturbed by modern development is more important than adding glamour to the city.
Today I'll be talking about the social factor and how it is of great significance in the Victorian's life. As we know, the Shrine of Remembrance is located in King's Domain on St Kilda Road, amongst the busiest road in Melbourne. The Melbourne city centre is the core of major business district as well as a major financial centre in Australia. With the growth of population migrant, it has become one of the crowded cities. Therefore, we are more prone to several types of pollution, such as noise pollution. Noise pollution can have an adverse effect on the health of people, such as anxiety, stress, stress and depression. Therefore, the separation of the Shrine of Remembrance from the city proves to be beneficial for a peaceful and quiet environment. The noise produced by the city seems to lessen by the calmness atmosphere that the garden setting provides in the community. The Shrine of Remembrance is known for its quiet environment, since the further away from the St. Kilda Road, the higher the elevation, therefore the quieter the place of shrine becomes. The Shrine of Remembrance provides a variety of memories and experience. It is a place where it changes depending on how the property is being used. For example, on grand events such as the parades, on the emotion that is created on the day, it is unexplainable and which is usually not felt on casual visit by visitors. On the Anzac Day, people tend to share different attitude and feel differently while watching the formality and rigidity of the military march. It can be simply by sitting in the garden and enjoying the atmosphere. In other words, the location of the property and how the property is being used has an impact on people's life. People tend to share different attitude and emotion when they are in a different atmosphere. Therefore, the location of Shrine of Remembrance has an impact on individual life as well as the function being held, which lead to change in behavior. Thank you.